Hare Krishna, Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Welcome to all the devotees to our regular Bhakti Sastri class discussion. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Shwaparakam. Vande Ham Sri Guru Sri Utaparakam Sri Gurun Vaisnavam Sham. Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Shapagana Raghunatam Vitakam Sajivam. Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devan. Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahaganalata Sri Visakam Chari. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhuga Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasali Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Utam Karoti Vachalam Pangungam Hayate Girim Yat Kripatamahang Vande Sri Gurundinatara Paramananda Avam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram Katanchana Smite Yasne Duskaram Skaram Bhavet Visparite Viparitamsa Sri Chaitanya Hare Krishna. Welcome to our Bhakti Sastri discussion, Bhagavad Gita. Today we are going to discuss chapter 11. Yeah. So just to remind all of us that in chapter 10, Lord Krishna ended chapter 10 by showing all the opulences, the vibhuti, to Arjuna. And then finally he mentioned that all these are just a little fraction of my energies. Yeah. So Krishna's opulences are unlimited. Yeah. So what he showed to Arjuna is actually the most prominent one. Yeah. And that's not all. Yeah. So it's just a small fraction of his energy. That means from here we understand that Krishna's energy is unlimited. Yeah. Nobody can count how much potency that Krishna has. Yeah. So now this chapter 11, one of the most important chapter, because in this chapter, Krishna establishes himself. Krishna proves himself to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yeah. Okay. So chapter 11, the universal form, Virat Rupa Yoga. In chapter 11, Krishna proves himself as the Supreme Lord and establishes the criterion that anyone who claims to be God must also show a Virat Rupa. Okay. Text 1 to 8, Arjuna's request and Krishna's description of his Virat Rupa. So after hearing Krishna say that he pervades and supports the entire universe, Arjuna wishes to see that all pervasive forms of the Lord. Krishna first describes his universal form and then bestows upon Arjuna the vision necessary to see it. Okay, 1 to 4, Arjuna requests Lord Krishna to show his universal form. 5 to 8, Lord Krishna described his universal form. So we'll see also here that actually only by Krishna's grace, only by Krishna's mercy, could Arjuna see this divine form, the Virat Rupa form. Yeah, because through the contaminated ordinary material eyes, nobody could see it. And then text 9 to 31, after seeing Krishna's universe, this is actually Sanjaya's description. Yeah, Sanjaya could see also the Virat Rupa that Lord Krishna showed to Arjuna. Yeah, after seeing Krishna's universal form with astonishment, Arjuna hesitatingly begins to describe what he sees. Arjuna first envisions all existence, immeasurable and radiant, situated in one place. Beginning with verse 19, Arjuna then sees Krishna's frightening, all destructive Kala Rupa, form of time, which is eating all the soldiers on both sides. Arjuna does see the future outcome of the battle wherein most of the soldiers on both sides are killed. Verse 26 to 30. He then asks Krishna, who are you? What is your mission? Okay. Next one. Arjuna said, by hearing the instruction you have kindly given me about this most confidential spiritual subjects, my illusion has now been dispelled. Okay. So which instruction? The instruction that given by Lord Krishna to Arjuna in chapter 10. Yeah, especially the Chatur Shloka of the Bhagavad Gita. Prabhupada explained now, as far as Arjuna is concerned, he says that his illusion is over. Yes. So his illusion is over right after Krishna spoke the Chatur Shloki of the Bhagavad Gita. Yeah. So after Arjuna heard the Chatur Shloki Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna confirmed, yeah, Param Brahma, Param Dhamma. So Arjuna accepted Krishna to be the Supreme Lord, and his doubt is dispelled. This means that Arjuna no longer thinks of Krishna as a mere human being, as a friend of his, but as the source of everything. Arjuna is very enlightened and is glad that he has such a great friend as Krishna. But now he is thinking that although he may accept Krishna as the source of everything, others may not. So in order to establish Krishna's divinity for all, he is requesting Krishna in this chapter to show his universal form. Okay. Text 2. O Lotus Eyed One, I have heard from you in detail about the appearance and disappearance of every living entity, and have realized your inexhaustible glories. O greatest of all personalities, O supreme form, though I see you here before me in your actual position, as you have described yourself, I wish to see how you have entered into this cosmic manifestation. I want to see that form of yours. Now, as far as Arjuna is concerned, he is inspired by the statement of Krishna. But in order to convince others in the future who may think that Krishna is an ordinary person, Arjuna desires to see him actually in his universal form, to see how he is acting from within the universe, although he is part of it. The Lord can understand also that Arjuna wants to see the universal form to convince others. Arjuna did not have any personal desire for confirmation. Krishna also understands that Arjuna wants to see the universal form to set a criterion for in the future, there would be so many impostors who would pose themselves as incarnation of God. The people, therefore, should be careful. One who claims to be Krishna should be prepared to show his universal form to confirm his claim to the people. If you think that I am able to behold your cosmic form, O my Lord, O Master of all mystic power, then kindly show me that unlimited universal self. It is said that one can neither see, hear, understand, nor perceive the Supreme Lord, Krishna, by the material senses. But if one is engaged in loving transcendental service to the Lord from the beginning, then one can see the Lord by revelation. Arjuna, therefore, Arjuna pleads for the inconceivable grace of Krishna. He does not give Krishna orders. Krishna is not obliged to reveal himself unless one surrenders fully in Krishna consciousness and engages in devotional service. Thus, it is not possible for a person who depend on the strength of their mental speculation to see Krishna. Okay, so up to text number 4. Yeah, so here, what Arjuna wants actually here he is requesting Lord Krishna to show his universal form. So please note down that actually this universal form, this Virat Rupa is, there is Prabhupada explanation mentioning that this Virat Rupa is actually the material form of the Lord. Material form in the sense of he manifesting this form just for the sake of creation of the material universe. That means this form is not existing in the spiritual world. Yeah. Any other form, for example, like Kurma, Varaha, Narasimha, Vamana, all these forms, they are eternally existed in Vaikuntha. Yeah. So when this particular form, let's say, for example, Lord Nrsingadev. So Lord Nrsingadev descend from the spiritual world. So in Vaikuntha, in the spiritual sky, there are unlimited planets also there. And one planet for Narasimhadev, one planet for Vamana, one planet for, different incarnation of the Lord. So when it comes, it's time to come for, let's say, Varaha. So Lord Varahadev from the spiritual sky descending to the material world. So this form of Varahadev is eternally existing. But this Virat Rupa is not eternally existing. Yeah. Because it is just manifesting for the sake of creation, maintenance, and annihilation of the material world. Yeah. So what Arjuna wanting here, that actually he wants Krishna to show this Virat Rupa in order to set the criterion. So if someone claims to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead, so he should show the Virat Rupa form. Yeah, otherwise he is imposter. Yeah. So during the time of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, there was one Babaji in Jagannath Puri who claimed to be the incarnation of Mahavishnu. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur challenged him, to show the Virat Rupa, and he was unable. But of course, this Babaji was actually a great mystic. Yeah, a great mystic. So he could show fire on the top of his head. And then finally they found out that actually the power that he had is accumulated on his dreadlock hair. So as soon as that hair is being cut, so it just collapsed. Yeah. So what kind of Supreme Personality of Godhead is that? So if anyone later in the future, this is Arjuna's way of thinking, that someone in the future will claim to be God. So he has to be able to set the criterion by showing the Virat Rupa form of the Lord. Yeah. So, and also what Arjuna mentioned here, that, oh Lord, if you agree to show me that form, if you think that I'm eligible, if you think that I'm qualified to see this form, then so be it. So what we can learn from here, sometimes we may ask different things from Krishna, but ultimately it is Krishna who will decide whether he will fulfill or not, depending on our eligibility. First, we have to deserve and then desire. This is the principle. Yeah. Sometimes being devotees, we are asking something from Krishna. When that desire doesn't get fulfilled, we become upset, right? But Arjuna is teaching us here that he desires something. He desires to see this Virat Rupa. But then Arjuna said, if you think that I'm qualified to see this form, then you grant me this wish. Yeah. So ultimately, everything is decided by Krishna. Yeah. Whether we are eligible or not. We make plans to do this, to do that. Ultimately, Krishna is the one who decides. Yeah. So that's the principle. And also one point from Srila Prabhupada's purport here, that unless Krishna reveals himself, then only we can understand Krishna. Because we are not at all actually having the right to order Krishna. What Srila Prabhupada mentioned here, Krishna is not obliged to take order from anyone because he's completely independent person. Yes. Abhigya. Abhigya Swarat. Yeah. Abhigya means he knows everything, and Swarat means he's independent. This is stated in the first sloka of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Yeah. Janmadyasya yatana yaton vayaditaratas chalte swabhigya Swarat. So Janma Adiyasya, everything emanates from Krishna. Everything born from Krishna. Janma Adiyasya. Yaton vayaditaratas chateshu abhigya Swarat. He is abhigya, meaning he knows everything. There is nothing that we can hide from Krishna. Yeah. Because he is the all-pervading, meaning he enters into each creation, into each atom. So we cannot hide anything from Krishna. Abhigya Swarat. Swarat means he's independent. Yeah. He can do whatever. That is the meaning of Swarat. Yeah. So if he wants to reveal himself, he will reveal. If he doesn't want, then what can we do? Yeah. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada mentioned Krishna is not obliged to take order from anyone. Yeah. And Krishna will reveal himself unless one is fully surrendered in Krishna consciousness. Yeah. With our material senses, we cannot understand Krishna. That was Prabhupada's point in text number 4 in his purport. Yeah. Ata Sri Krishna Namadi Na Bhavet Grahyam Indriyahi. So Na Bhavet Grahyam Indriyahi. Using this material contaminated senses, we cannot understand Krishna. Na Bhavet. But Sevan Muke Jivada Swayam Eva Spurat Kedaha. If we engage just our tongue, Jivada, in two activities, tasting the Mahaprasadam and chant the holy names. Swayam Eva Spurat Kedaha. Swayam. Swayam means actually in Sanskrit personally. So we can understand Krishna personally, yeah, if we engage in devotional service. Because in this very chapter, toward the end, we will see Krishna's instruction to Arjuna. Yeah. Bhaktya tu ananyaya sakya. Aham evam vidorjuna gyatum drastum chakatvena pravestum chapanantapa. Only by ananya bhakti that one can see Krishna in reality. Otherwise, one can, especially in India, yeah, in India, like almost everybody knows Krishna, but they don't really understand Krishna's position. Everybody knows the story of how Krishna appeared. Yeah, he was born in the jail. Yeah, Vasudeva and Devaki was being jailed by Kamsa, and Krishna born in the jail. So every single Indian, I believe that they know these pastimes. But do they really understand Krishna's position, Krishna Tattva? Unless they engage in devotional service. And what kind of devotional service? Ananya Bhakti. Bhaktya tu ananyaya. Ananya means unmotivated. Yeah. Pure bhakti. Unalloyed. That means unalloyed. Pure bhakti. Then that's the only criterion to understand Krishna. Through pure devotional service. Yeah. Text 5, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, okay, so after being requested by Arjuna, so Krishna replied here, my dear Arjuna, O son of Pritha, see now my opulences, hundreds of thousands of variety, of very divine and multicolor forms. Arjuna wanted to see Krishna in his universal form, which, although a transcendental form, is just manifested for the cosmic manifestation, and is therefore subject to the temporary time of this material nature, as the material nature is manifested and not manifested. Similarly, this universal form of Krishna is manifested and non-manifested. It is not eternally situated in the spiritual sky like Krishna's other form. as far as devotee is concerned, he is not eager to see the universal form. But because Arjuna wanted to see Krishna in this way, Krishna revealed this form. This universal form is not possible to be seen by any ordinary man. Krishna must give one the power to see it. Okay? As I mentioned also in the beginning, that this form is not eternally existing in the spiritual sky. Yeah, this form is a divine form, of course. It is a divine form. Therefore, therefore Arjuna need the Daivya Chaksusa in order to see this form. So Daiva Chaksusa means a divine vision, divine eyes, in order to see this form. But this form is not an eternal form. In the sense of course, we should understand that actually the Bahiranga Sakti of the Lord, the Prakriti, is also Krishna's energy. Yeah, and Krishna's energy is eternal. But Bahiranga Sakti, the understanding is that sometimes it is manifested, sometimes unmanifested. Yeah. So this Virat Rupa also like that, sometimes manifested, sometimes unmanifested. Therefore, it is considered to be not eternal, but the energy of the Lord remain eternal. Yeah, because Krishna and his energy are on the absolute platform. So this is the Achintya Veda Tattva that we have to understand. Yeah. Is material nature eternal or not? If we see from the angle of Krishna's energy, it is eternal. Bahiranga Sakti is eternal. Prakriti is eternal. Yeah. There are 5 subjects in the Bhagavad Gita. Yeah. Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, and Karma. So amongst 5, the first form, these are eternal principles. And the last one, karma, is not eternal. So Prakriti is eternal, but sometimes manifested and sometimes unmanifested. Yeah. So that's the understanding of Virat Rupa. So this Virat Rupa form of the Lord is not existing in the spiritual world. Yeah. But still, it is a transcendental divine form, but sometimes manifests and sometimes unmanifests. So Prabhupada also mentioned here that as far as devotee is concerned, we are not so eager to see this form. Yeah, but in order to set up the criterion, so Arjuna wants Lord Krishna to show this form. That's it. This is another instruction that I explained, that before accepting a so-called incarnation of God, one should ask him to show that how you are God. But they do not ask him a group of persons, because he is accepted by a group of persons, not by all. There are so many avatars, but who knows them? Suppose a man declares himself as I am avatara. So intelligent men should test him. How is avatara? We accept Krishna or Lord Ramachandra for their uncommon activities. But what is the uncommon activities? So many avatars. Simply being praised by a group of persons, that's all. Yeah. Swavit Varaha Ustakarahi Samsita Purusa Pasuhu Nayat Karnapato Keto Chatunama Gada Grajaha. So the Bhagavatam states that those who are not engaging their ears in the glorification of the Lord, they will praise another fool. Yeah, they will follow another fool. And what kind of fools? Swavit Varaha Ustakarahi. The fools who are like the hog, the dog, the camel, and the donkey. Yeah, basically animalistic people. Yeah. So andaya tandai upaniyamanam, the blind people led by the blind person. So this is going on. Yeah, this is going on. So the example is just like Paundraka. Yeah. Did I mention about Paundraka earlier? That Paundraka, he's actually a king. Yes. And then he was praised by some other demons that, oh, my dear king, actually, yeah, you are the supreme personality of Godhead. You are the original Vasudeva. You know, this Satvata, this Vasudeva in Dwaraka is actually fake Vasudeva. This Krishna is fake Vasudeva. You are the original Vishnu. And then he start manufacturing another hands, holding the paraphernalia that Lord Vishnu has, Sankha, Gada, Chakra, Padma. And then he sent letter to Krishna, asking Krishna, please give up your emblems because that's originally belonged to me. So how come Paundraka think that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead? In the Bhagavatam, it is nicely described because there are some childish demons who praise him to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he believed that, yes, I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yeah. So some people also like that, getting follower and being praised by the fool. So they believe that, oh yeah, I am God. See? So this is going on. Yeah. And then when it's beautiful pastime in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is described that when the messenger brought this letter to Krishna, so Krishna just laughed. All the Yadavas, they are laughing. And Krishna said, okay, you want me to release this, my weapon? Okay, then I will give up my weapon. Yeah, so he just gave up his weapon and just cut off his head in the battle. Yeah. Text 6, O bears of the Bharata, see here the different manifestation of Adityas, Vasus, Rudras, Ashwini Kumaras, and all the other demigods. Behold the many wonderful things which no one has ever seen or heard of before. Even though Arjuna was a personal friend of Krishna and the most advanced of learned men, it was still not possible for him to know everything about Krishna. Okay? So from this point, Lord Krishna is showing, yeah, all these devatas. O Arjuna, whatever you wish to see, behold at once in this body of mine. This universal form can show you whatever you now desire to see and whatever you may want to see in the future. Everything moving and non-moving is here completely in one place. Okay, no one can see the entire universe while sitting in one place. Even the most advanced scientists cannot see what is going on in other parts of the universe. But a devotee like Arjuna can see everything that exists in any part of the universe. So it's like Krishna is putting Arjuna in a theater, transcendental theater, that he could see everything. Yeah, he could see everything. Even he could see the future also. So Arjuna sees what will be the outcome of the battle. Yeah. And Sanjaya is narrating this, whatever Arjuna saw, to Dhritarashtra Maharaj. Yeah. So therefore, after seeing this, actually, Lord Krishna will give the instruction to Arjuna, just nimitta matram bhavasavyasachi, O Savyasachi, O Arjuna, just be the instrument. Because all this, in the both parties, those who are supposed to die, they will die. There is one senior devotee mentioned. I never read it personally, but he mentioned in a class that actually Hanuman, Hanuman during this battle of Mahabharata, he climbed on the Mandara mountain and he saw what is going on. Actually, what Hanuman saw is actually the Sudarshan Chakra of Lord Krishna moving around, cutting all this, the heads of the soldiers, those who are supposed to die. So Hanuman sees actually Krishna kills all these armies. Yeah, on both sides. Yeah. So Arjuna just the instruments of the Lord. Because Krishna sometimes he really likes to give the credit to his devotees. Yeah. Dharma samsthapanarthaya. Krishna comes in order to establish dharma. So he can personally do this. He can kill all these demons. But in order to give the credit to his devotees, then nimitta matram bhava. Just be Krishna's instrument. Sometimes I heard some devotees asking question that if Krishna can do everything, why, there is this question also, why Lord Chaitanya did not go out of India? Why he didn't go out, let's say to America, to Europe, to preach Krishna consciousness and flooded the whole world with Krishna consciousness? So what be the response on this? If somebody asks you this question, why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not preach outside of India? Let's say to America, to Europe, to Africa, to China, to Russia. What will be your answer, please? Srinivasan Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Lord himself in the mood of Srimati Radharani, and he wanted his devotees in the future. He wanted to give the credit to his devotees. That is why the Lord did not preach all across the world.
But if he wants, he could, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes. Yeah, because he wants, thank you, Prabhu. Because he wants to give the credit to us. Yeah. So if he wants, of course he can. Easy. Even Rupa Goswami glorify him that actually even a drop of the prema that's shown by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can inundate the whole universe with Krishna prema. Yeah. So Rupa Goswami was praying, just give me a drop of this prema that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has. Yeah. But of course, Krishna being an independent person, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu being an independent person, so he has the independency, yeah, to do whatever he wants. And of course, it is part of his pastimes, because actually this is a Nitya Lila. So we think that when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu disappeared, yeah, from this material world, so his pastime is over. Actually, his pastime is still going on. Yeah, the Sankirtan movement is still going on and spreading all over the world. So we are carrying, we are part of his pastimes, whether we realize or we don't. But actually, we are part of his pastimes. Yeah. Whoever carried the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the mission of Lord Krishna. So we are part of this transcendental pastime. Yes. So at least till the next 10,000 years, we are having this opportunity to carry out his mission. Yes. So yes, that's the point. Krishna wants to give the credit to his devotees. Text 8, but you cannot see me with your present eyes. This is Krishna's statement. Yeah. Therefore, I give you divine eyes. Yeah. Divya Chaksusa. Behold my mystic offerings. A pure devotee does not like to see Krishna in any form except his form with two hands. Yeah. Shamasundar form. The universal form of Krishna is not very important. That will be clear in subsequent verses. Yet, because Arjuna wanted to see it, the Lord gives him the particular vision required to see that universal form. The fact is that the devotee is not concerned with seeing the Vishwarupa, the universal form, but Arjuna wanted to see it to substantiate Krishna's statement so that in the future people could understand that Krishna not only theoretically or philosophically presented himself as the supreme, but actually presented himself as such to Arjuna. Yeah. How many times we read all of these Prabhupada's purport, making the same point? Future, future, future. Yeah, that's Prabhupada's point here. That in the future, people will claim that they are God. Then they have to prove it by showing the Virat Rupa. Yeah. Otherwise, we cannot accept that. Have Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed his Virat Rupa? Yes. Yeah, few occasions in Chaitanya Charitamrita that is described. One time he was showing also in Srivasangan, one time in the house of what is his name? This Brahmachari, Narasimhananda Brahmachari. Yeah, there's a beautiful pastime in Chaitanya Charitamrita where Lord Krishna manifests, where Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu manifesting the Virat Rupa. It might not be the same, okay, as what Lord Krishna showed to Arjuna. The one that Lord Krishna showed to Arjuna is like really huge, gigantic, and terrifying form of the Lord. Yeah. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed the Virat Rupa also. Okay, there is a chat from Anuradha Mataji. So wasn't it Babrik who saw the Sudarshan Chakra was killing all? Hanumanji was a witness on the flag of Arjun. Could be. Yeah. Babrik is the son of Gatotkacha, right? Am I correct? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So could be him, but I'm just saying that this devotee mentioned in one of his class. Yeah. Because I have not read it personally, therefore I don't mention the name of this devotee. But it's like very senior and well-known devotee, I believe, in our movement. Yeah. So of course, Hanuman was there, but he was, as the emblem, the Kapi Dwaja, on the top of Arjuna's chariot. So it could be Babrik also. I don't know. If you find a reference, you can share with us. I'm just sharing whatever I have heard because I'm not personally read it with a clear reference. Therefore, I just kept the name unanimous. Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah. So the point here is that actually everyone is already being killed by Lord Krishna's chakra. Arjuna just being requested by Lord Krishna to be his instruments. Yes, Anuradha Mataji.
No, Prabhuji. That's the Barbaric was Mahabharat Yudh before it started. So Lord Krishna actually asked him to give his head as a sacrifice to before beginning the Yudh. And that's when he says, I want to watch the Yudh. And he's also been granted few boons from Lord Krishna. And that's why he's able to sit on top of the mountain there with the head. I mean, only the head, the body is gone. He's been kept there. And
Okay.
that's...
Yes. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. We'll move ahead. So now Lord Krishna is giving Arjuna the divine eyes in order to see this Virat Rupa. Yeah. Sanjaya said, O King, having spoken thus, the Supreme Lord of all mystic power, the personality of God, that displayed his universal form to Arjuna. 10:11. Arjuna saw in that universal form. So this is actually Sanjaya's statement. Okay. Sanjaya is narrating whatever Arjuna saw. Okay? Arjuna saw in that universal form unlimited mouths, unlimited eyes, unlimited wonderful vision. The form was decorated with many celestial ornaments and bore many divine upraised weapons. He wore celestial garlands and garments, and many divine scents were smeared over his body. All was wondrous, brilliant, unlimited, all expanding. In these two verses, the repeated use of many, of the word many, indicates that there was no limit to the number of hands, mouths, legs, and other manifestation Arjuna was seeing. These manifestations were distributed throughout the universe. But by the grace of the Lord, Arjuna could see them while sitting in one place. That was due to the inconceivable potency of Krishna. Yeah. So many eyes, many heads, many legs, many hands. Yeah. So the word many indicating here unlimited. And we will see later that when Arjuna was praising Lord Krishna, so he was like repeating his word. For example, like, oh, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You are the maintainer. You have thousands of eyes. You have thousands of legs. And then in next few verses, Arjuna would repeat whatever he has mentioned earlier. So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur commenting that actually it is not redundant. Redundant means repetitive, but it is natural thing when someone is speaking to someone like in a much higher position and the person could be feeling nervous. Yeah. We may experience this when we are asked to speak in the public for the first time. You can see that actually those who are already fluent in speaking in public or just for the first or second time speaking in public. So they will repeat the word, let's say, for example, things like this, because he's nervous. So repetitive is one of the signs of being nervous. Yeah. So that's happened to Arjuna. So seeing Krishna in this form, so Arjuna also feel nervous. Yeah. Therefore, we will find later when Arjuna glorified the Lord, some words that he has mentioned, he repeated again in the next verses. Yeah. Text 12. If hundreds of thousands of suns were to rise at once in the sky, their radiance might resemble the effulgence of the Supreme Person in that universal form. So this form is so dazzling, yeah, so bright. Yeah. So unless you have the divine eyes, you cannot see this. Those two effulgence. At that time, Arjuna could see in the universal form of the Lord the unlimited expansions of the universe situated in one place, although divided into many, many thousands. Others on the battlefield could not see this form because Krishna gave the vision only to Arjuna. Arjuna could see in the body of Krishna many thousands of planets. Yeah, I think I mentioned earlier that even Bhishmadev just could see only the light. Yeah, could not see the entire Virat Rupa. Yeah. You see, Bhishma is one of the 12 Mahajanas. He's a pure devotee, but he still could not see it because Lord Krishna gave these divine eyes only to Arjuna. Then, bewildered and astonished, his hair standing on end, Arjuna bowed his head to offer obeisances and with folded hands began to pray to the Supreme Lord. So this Arjuna Uvacha, Arjuna said, this is actually, remember that this is the statement of Sanjaya. Yeah, Sanjaya is narrating to Dhritarashtra Maharaj what Arjuna is saying. Okay. Arjuna said, my dear Lord Krishna, I see assembled In your body, all the demigods and the various other living entities. I see Brahma sitting on the lotus flower, as well as Lord Shiva, and all the sages and divine serpents. O Lord of the universe, O universal form, I see your body, many, many arms, bellies, mouths, and eyes expanded everywhere without limit. I see in you no end, no middle, and no beginning. Your form is difficult to see because of its glaring effulgence, spreading on all sides like blazing fire or the immeasurable radiance of the sun. Yet I see this glowing form everywhere, adorned with various crowns, clubs, and discs. You are the supreme primal objective. You are you are the ultimate resting place of all the universe. You are inexhaustible. You are the oldest. You are the maintainer of the eternal religion, the personality of Godhead. This is my opinion. You are without origin, middle, or end. You see, this already mentioned by Arjuna earlier. Yeah. The middle or end, your glory is unlimited. You have numberless arms. Again, Arjuna is mentioning about arms, already mentioned earlier. And the sun and moon are your eyes. I see you with blazing fire coming forth from your mouth, burning this entire universe by your own radiance. Here and in many other places, there is repetition. Yeah. But according to the scriptures, repetition of the glories of Krishna is not a literary weakness. It is said that at a time of bewilderment or wonder or of great ecstasy, statements are repeated over and over. That is not a flaw. Yeah. Prabhupada mentioned here that repeating the glories of the Lord is not at all bad. So in the early days of our movement, so of course there are many objections, right, from so many different parties. Yeah, even they are saying that this Hare Krishna people, they are brainwashed. So there was one newspaper was found by one of the disciples of Srila Prabhupada, and it was like in the first page, in the headline of the newspaper, mentioning about how bad the Hare Krishna movement is. And then he brought this to Srila Prabhupada and reported that Prabhupada, in this newspaper, we are being criticized, and they are saying that our movement is a brainwasher movement. And then Prabhupada said, very good, very good. This is a very good signs. They are helping us to preach. And this devotee was like astonished. And Prabhupada said that as how many words of the Hare Krishna mentioned in this news? And then they count quite few of them. And Prabhupada said, yes, very good. So the more people read this news, so indirectly, yeah, unaware, they will chant the word Hare Krishna. So this newspaper is helping us to preach. Yeah. So the point here is that sometimes we hear the pastimes of the Lord, same pastimes over and over again, the same pastimes. But that's actually good for us. The more we hear about Krishna's glory, although it is repetitive, it's always fresh for us. Nava Yovana, Krishna is ever fresh. Text 20, although you are one, you spread throughout the sky and the planets and all space between. O great one, seeing this wondrous and terrible form, all the planetary system of perturbed. It appears that not only did Arjuna see this universal form of the Lord, but others in our planetary system saw it also. Okay, so please note, on the battlefield, only Arjuna could see it. And of course, Sanjaya and Vyasa also. Yeah, but from this description, what Srila Prabhupada mentioned, other higher beings, Yeah, such as the demigods, they also could see this form. Yeah. And it is wonderful actually, demigod is part of the Virarupa of the Lord. Yes, because they are the agents of the Lord in terms of creation. Therefore, in the beginning, Lord Krishna says that there are unlimited Adityas, there are different Vasus, yeah, all the rishis there. Text 21, all the hosts of demigods are surrendering before you and entering into you. Some of them, very much afraid, are offering prayers with folded hands. Hosts of great sages and perfected being, crying, all these are praying to you by singing the Vedic hymns. All the various manifestations of Lord Shiva, the Adityas, the Vasus, the Sadyas, the Vishwadevas, the two Asvis, the Maruts, the four fathers, the Gandharvas, the Yaksas, the Asuras, and the perfected demigods are beholding you in wonder. O mighty One, all the planets with their demigods are disturbed at seeing your great form, with its many faces, eyes, arms, thighs, legs and bellies, and your many terrible teeth. And as they are disturbed, so I am. You see, even Arjuna here also being disturbed. O all-prevailing Vishnu, seeing you with your many radiant color touching the sky, your gaping mouth, and your great glowing eyes, my mind is perturbed by fear. I can no longer maintain my steadiness of equilibrium of mind. O Lord of Lords, O refuge of the worlds, please be gracious to me. I cannot keep my balance, seeing thus your blazing death-like faces and awful teeth. In all directions I am bewildered. All the sons of Dhritarashtra, along with their allied kings, and Bhishma, Drona, Karna, and our chief soldiers also, are rushing into your fearful mouth, and some I see trapped with a head smashed between your teeth. So can you imagine what Dhritarashtra feel? Yeah. So Sanjaya is narrating to Dhritarashtra what Arjuna is saying and what prayers that Arjuna offered here. So it is confirmed that victory is Jayastu Panduputranam Yesam Paksid Dhananjaya. The victory will always come to the great devotees like the Pandavas. So Dhritarashtra could come and stop the battle, right? But he's so determined. Yes. He wanted that his son to rule over the kingdom. Now Arjuna sees that the leaders of the opposite party, Bhishma, Drona, Karna, and all the sons of Dhritarashtra, and their soldiers, and Arjuna's own soldiers, are all being annihilated. This is an indication that after the death of nearly all the persons assembled at Kurukshetra, Arjuna will emerge victorious. Okay? 28. As the many waves of the rivers flow into the ocean, so do all these great warriors enter blazing into your mouths. I see all people rushing full speed into your mouths, as moth dash to destruction in a blazing fire. O Vishnu, I see you devouring all people from all sides with your flaming mouth, covering all the universe with your effulgence. You manifest with terrible scorching rays. O Lord of Lords, so fierce of form, please tell me who you are. I offer my obeisances unto you. Please be gracious to me. You are the primal Lord. I want to know about you, for I do not know what is your mission. He, Arjuna, knows what is Krishna, but because in future some rascal will come and will say that I'm incarnation of God, therefore it is a warning that before accepting one rascal as incarnation, you ask him to sow Viratupa. Okay, so thus end Arjuna's prayers here to the Lord, and Arjuna is requesting the Lord to reveal his identity. Like, hey, come on, Arjuna, what is this? Is he playing with us? Why Arjuna is asking here who you are? Please tell me your identity, who you are, what is your mission here? You think that Arjuna doesn't know who is Krishna? Of course, you know. But again, for our sake, only Arjuna is requesting Krishna to reveal his identity. Although in the very beginning, he already revealed his identity. Yeah. So in order to convince us about Krishna's position, and again, to set up the criterion of the Supreme Personality of God. Yeah. And do you think that Arjuna is faking his emotion here? No. He was really feeling horrible, feeling terrified, seeing this gigantic form, feeling nervous. He was sweating. Yeah. That's due to the influence of Yoga Maya potency of the Lord. So what he feels here is completely genuine. He's not playing a drama, although he is playing a drama, but at that very moment, he was being influenced by the Yoga Maya. Yeah, Mahatmana Sumam Partha Daivim Prakriti Masritaha. So he's under the Daivi Prakriti influence of Lord. Yeah. So he's perfectly playing his role here. Yeah. Whatever he feels, that's actually genuine. Yeah. So all this time he knew that Krishna is his friend. He lay down together on the same bed. He eats together, crack some joke. You can imagine, like, if one day your friend who always next to you reveal his or her identity, that actually I'm a Prime Minister of India. You will give him like so much respect, right? So that's happened to Arjuna. Yeah. Out of the sudden, your friend is someone big, let's say like that. Someone has a really high position in this country. Yeah. Okay. Any questions up to this point? Yeah. If there is no question, then we can continue. So Arjuna is asking here, Lord Krishna, what is his mission? We will see what is Krishna's mission. Of course, we know in chapter 4, Krishna mentioned Dharma Samstapana Artaya, Paritranaya Sadhunam Vinasaya Chaduskritam, to protect the devotees, to annihilate the demon and establish Dharma. That is Krishna's mission. Yeah. Text 32 to 34, Krishna's instruction to become an instrument. And then Arjuna's prayers. Again, we will see here Arjuna prayers. Only pure devotees can see Krishna's two-armed supreme form. Okay. All right. Kalosmi lokak sayakrit pravrido. The Supreme Personality of God had said, I am. Yeah, Kalo Asmi, the great destroyer of the worlds. And I have come here to destroy all people, with the exception of you, the Pandavas. All the soldiers here on both sides will be slain. So that was Krishna's mission, to kill all the people. Yeah. That is an explanation also why this battle of the Mahabharata taking place. Because what is his name? Jarasandha, yeah, attacked Mathura for 17 times. Yeah, and Krishna kills all the soldiers. Only let him go. Yeah. And then when he attacked again, so Krishna and Balaram decided, okay, enough is enough, and then they moved to Dwaraka. And then later on, this battle take place. So this battle is like involving the whole kings of the world. Yeah. So Krishna make this arrangement, yeah, taking place in this huge battle. So Krishna will kill all of them at once. Yeah. So that was Krishna's plan. So Krishna mentioned here, with the exception of you, the Pandavas, yeah, all others here in both sides will be slain. Yeah, Krishna mentioned in both sides. Arjuna was not in favor of the fight, and he thought it was better not to fight. Yeah, we see this in the very beginning of the Bhagavad Gita. Yeah, in the beginning of chapter 2, Guru Nahatva Himahanubhava, text number 5. Then there would be no frustration. In reply, the Lord is saying that even if he did not fight, every one of them would be destroyed, or that was his plan. If Arjuna stopped fighting, they would die in another way. That could not be checked, even if he did not fight. So, Jata Shahi Dhruvam Rityam, Dhruvam Janmam Rita Sacha Tasmat Aparihat Yete, Na Tvam Suchitumarasi. In chapter 2, Arjuna was instructed by the Lord like this. Natvam Suchitum Arhasi. Don't lament. Just take up your weapon and fight. Jatasahi Dhruvam Rityam, Dhruvam Janmam Rita Sacha. Those who are born, that is sure for them, and those who are die, birth is sure for them. Yeah. Tasmat Apariharyete. Natvam Sochetum Arsasi. So don't lament, just perform your duty of fighting. So if Arjuna did not fight, all these people will die by another way. Have you heard the pastimes of small sparrow that eaten by the snake? Yeah, you heard these pastimes. Some of you may not have heard. So here's pastimes. So in Jagannath Puri, so the demigods always get the chance to take darshan. Yeah. So all the demigods, like when the altar is closed, actually Lord Jagannath did not sleep at all. At that time, Lord Jagannath is giving darshan to the demigods. So Lord Jagannath never sleep. That's why he doesn't have eyelid. His eyes is always open. So he never sleep and never close his eyes. When the altar is closed, the Lord is still awake. So during that time, the demigods taking darshan. So all the demigods took darshan, and then Yamaraj came last. And then in the front of the Jagannath temple, yeah, he saw there is a small sparrow. And Yamaraj was perplexed, confused. Like he glanced at this sparrow. And then Garuda, yeah, who is always in the front of Lord Jagannath, saw that this bird was glanced by Yamaraj in such a way that means it's time for him now to die. And Garuda being bird also, so he put kind of sympathy to this little bird and then took this little bird far away across the globe, let's say like that, really far away. And then he returned immediately as if nothing happened. So he tried to trick Yamaraj. Yeah, he tried to save this little bird. And Yamaraj, he entered and took darshan of the Lord. Yeah. And then Lord Jagannath asked him, my dear Yamaraj, what's going on with you today? Why you look so perplexed? And Yamaraj said that, yes, my Lord, I'm so perplexed that there's a little bird outside there. According to the note of my secretary, Chitragupta, this bird will be dead, eaten by a snake, but not here, in some other parts of the world. But how come this little bird is remaining here and his death will come just within few seconds? and not possible for this little bird to fly really far away to where he is destined. He died to be dead. I don't know how is my English grammar. Who cares, right? You know what I mean. So Lord Jagannath just smiled as usual, as always. And Lord Jagannath said, you don't worry, you will find the answer. And Yamaraj came out and the little bird disappeared. And then he checked with Chitragupta. The little bird is already in his abode, Yamaraj's abode. He was like shocked, wondering. And you see, Garuda tried to save this little bird. Yeah, but actually he was the agent of the Lord to make this little bird dead according to his destiny. Yeah. So if Arjuna did not fight, all the soldiers in both sides will die anyway by other arrangement. One time it's happened to me in one of the rainy season. It's happened long time ago before the corona. So early in the morning, myself with my wife, we came from temple after Mangala Arati, and then we found in the main road, a little turtle, baby turtle. And we were thinking like, oh, it's very dangerous place for this little turtle. How come this little turtle is here in the main road? If any bike or rickshaw would come and just crush this little turtle. So we took this little turtle home, you know, and then we placed in a little bowl, give some rice prasadam. He ate it and we are happy, but we are thinking like, why unnecessarily we are keeping this? Let's put this little creature back. But we were thinking, where is the safest place? And we thought after discussion in Prabhupada Samadhi, there is that pond in Srila Prabhupada Samadhi in Mayapur. Then we brought it the same day, you know. We are happy that we are thinking that, oh, we saved this little turtle. We went to this pond and we saw like, there are few big turtle. So we're thinking, oh, this little baby turtle will be adopted by this turtle here. Yeah. So we chant, of course, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Swaha. We put back to the water. What happened? This little turtle swim on the surface of the water toward the middle of the pond. And just a big giant fish from the bottom of the pond just ate the little turtle. And we were screaming. So we were thinking that we want to save him. This road might be the best place for this little turtle, but Krishna make us the agent that he will meet his destiny in this pond. So that's happened. Yeah. Ahankara itayame bina prakritikasada. Come back to chapter 3. Using our thought, our mind, we are thinking that we are the doer, but actually we are not. Everything is carried out by Krishna through his energy. Prakriti is energy. Yeah, the three gunas is energy. But don't take granted of this statement to justify our wrongdoer. You know, I'm doing this wrong. Okay, it's Krishna's plan. Don't do that. Yeah. Like so many people is quoting the verse, Apichat Suduracharo Bhajante Mamanandya Bhav. Sadur Eva Samanta Bhyak Samyak Vyapasito. Yeah. So many devotees quoting this verse to justify their misbehaving activities. Yeah. Okay. Should be careful. Yeah. Okay. Text 33, Nimitta Matram Bhavasarja Sachin. We talk about this. Therefore, get up, prepare to fight and win glory. Conquer your enemies and enjoy a flourishing kingdom. They are already put to death by my arrangement, and you, O Sabyasachi, can be but an instrument in the fight. The whole world is moving according to the plan of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Foolish person who do not have sufficient knowledge think that nature is moving without a plan, and all manifestation are but accidental formation. Okay. Text 34. Drona, Bhisma, Jayadratha, Karna, and the other great warriors have already been destroyed by me. Therefore, kill them and do not be disturbed. Simply fight, and you will vanquish your enemies in battle. Yeah, every plan is made by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but he is so kind and merciful to his devotees that he wants to give the credit to his devotees who carry out his plan according to his desire. Life should therefore move in such a way that everyone acts in Krishna consciousness and understands the Supreme Personality of Godhead through the medium of spiritual master. Yeah. This is the example of Bhima kills Jarasandha and Srila Prabhupada preaching. So it's all actually Krishna's arrangement to see the glory of his devotee. Do you think that Krishna could not kill Jarasandha? Easily if he wants. Yeah. Easily if he wants. But then Krishna wants to give the credit to Bhima. Yeah. Actually, when they come to the kingdom of Jarasandha, three of them, Lord Krishna, Arjun, and Bhima. So they disguise themselves as Brahmanas. And then when they come, Jarasandha could recognize three of them. But Jarasandha, being a king, being a Kshatriya, so he has to honor the Brahmana. And Jarasandha said, my dear Brahmanas, please grace me with whatever desire you want, I shall grant you. If you want my head, now I can chop my head and give this as donation to you. Tell me whatever you want. And Krishna said, we want battle. We want battle with you one-on-one. And you can choose any one of us. Well, Jarasandha could easily pick Arjun, right? He is the smallest. But Jarasandha being Kshatriya actually should fight with the equals. If he fight with someone who is inferior, that means he's insulting himself. So Jarasandha said, oh, I know you are Arjuna. You are not at all equal to me in power. And you are Krishna. You are coward. You are running 17 times and you are running from the battle. And I chose you. I know you are Bhima. You have sufficient power to satisfy my vigor. And finally, Bhima killed him, of course, through the help of Lord Krishna. So Krishna loves to see his devotees being glorified. Yeah. Text 35. Sanjaya said to Dhritarashtra, O king, after hearing these words from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the trembling Arjuna offered obeisances with folded hands again and again. He fearfully spoke to Lord Krishna in faltering voice as follows. Again, Arjuna's prayer here. O master of all senses, the world becomes joyful upon hearing your name, and thus everyone becomes attached to you, although the perfected beings offer you their respectful homage. The demons are afraid, and they flee here and there. All this is rightly done. When Arjuna saw the universal form of the Lord, the demigods took pleasure in it, but others, who were demons and atheists, could not stand it when the Lord was praised. Out of their natural fear of the devastating form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they fled. Krishna's treatment of the devotees and the atheists is praised by Arjuna. In all cases, a devotee glorifies the Lord because he knows that whatever he does is good for all. Yeah, good for all means including the demon also. Yeah. Oh, great one, greater even than Brahma, you are the original creator. Why then should they not offer their respectful obeisances unto you, O limitless one, God of gods, refuge of the universe? You are the invincible source, cause of all causes, transcendental to this material manifestation. Arjuna especially mentions that Krishna is greater than Brahma because Brahma is created by him. Of course, in the material universe, Brahma is the topmost. Yeah. But Arjuna is specifically mentioning here that greater than Brahma because Lord Brahma is born from Krishna. Again, Arjuna here is, I would say, establishing the position of Lord Krishna to be the supreme person. You are the original personality of Godhead, the oldest, the ultimate sanctuary of this manifested cosmic world. You are the knower of everything, and you are all that is knowable. You are the supreme refuge above the material modes. All limitless form, this whole cosmic manifestation is pervaded by you. You are the air, you are the supreme controller, you are fire, you are water, and you are the moon, you are Brahma, the first living creature, and you are the great grandfather. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto you, O unto you 1,000 times, and again, yet again. So interesting here that Arjuna addressed Lord Krishna here as Brahma. Actually, Brahma is not a name. Brahma is a position. Like Indra. Indra is not a name. Indra is a position. So the Indra who is the king of heaven now, his name is Purandara. Yeah. Don't ask me what is Lord Brahma's name. So Brahma is a position. So Arjuna is addressing Lord Krishna here as Brahma because Brahma means one who creates. That's the meaning of Brahma. Indra means the king of heaven. So it's just a position. Yeah. So one who creates. So Krishna is the primary creator. Yeah. Obeisances to you from the front, from behind, from all sides. O unbounded power, you are the master of limitless might. You are all pervading, and thus you are everything. Thinking of you as my friend, I have rashly addressed you. O Krishna, O Yadava, O my friend, not knowing your glories, please forgive whatever I may have done in madness or in love. I have dishonored you many times, jesting as we relaxed, lay on the same bed, or sat or ate together, sometimes alone and sometimes in front of many friends. O infallible one, please excuse me for all those offenses. Krishna is so kind and merciful that in spite of such opulence, he played with Arjuna as a friend. Such is the transcendental loving reciprocation between the devotee and the Lord. Okay. So Arjuna is asking for apology to Lord Krishna here. Oh, I don't know who you are. Finally, now you revealed yourself. Please forgive my offenses, whatever I have done in the past. Yeah. So of course, that rasa, the Sakya rasa, is much more realizable to Krishna than this kind of, adoration. Yeah. When a pure devotee chastises Krishna, so Krishna is enjoying it more. then the demigod offering prayers to Krishna. Yeah. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is described when Krishna is being chastised by the gopis. So that chastisement is actually much more pleasing to Lord Krishna's ear rather than when the demigods offering the prayers to Krishna. Because Krishna is seeing the emotion, the bhava. Bhava Grahi Janardana. Yeah. 43. You are the father of this complete cosmic manifestation of the moving and non-moving. You are its worshipable chief, the supreme spiritual master. No one is greater than you, nor can anyone be one with you. How then could there be anyone greater than you within the three worlds, O Lord of immeasurable power? Arjuna is mentioning here, nor can anyone be one with you. Okay. This statement is actually defeating the Mayavadi. Here is spiritual master because he originally gave the Vedic instruction to Brahma. And presently, he is also instructing Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. Therefore, he is the original spiritual master. And any bona fide spiritual master at the present moment must be a descendant in the line of disciplic succession stemming from Krishna. Without being a representative of Krishna, one cannot become a teacher or spiritual master of transcendental subject matter. Okay. You are the Supreme Lord to be worshipped by every living being. Thus I fall down to offer you my respectful obeisances and ask your mercy. As a father tolerates the impudence of his son, a friend, the impatience of a friend, or a husband, the familiarity of his wife, please tolerate the wrongs I may have done to you. After seeing this universal form, which I have never seen before, I am gladdened, but at the same time, my mind is disturbed with fear. Therefore, please bestow your grace upon me and reveal again your form as the personal of Godhead, O Lord of Lords, abode of the universe. O universal form, O thousand-armed Lord, I wish to see you in your four-handed forms, with helmeted head, and with club, wheel, horns, and lotus flower in your hands. I long to see you in that. Yeah, Prabhupada. But Arjuna knew that Krishna is the original personality of Godhead, assuming his temporary universal form. He is now asking to see the form of Narayana, a spiritual form. This verse establishes without any doubt the statement of the Srimad Bhagavatam that Krishna is the original personality of Godhead and all other features originated from him. Okay? What is that verse that Srila Prabhupada hinting here? There is a verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam where it's mentioned, Eti chamsa kala punsam Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Hridayanti Yuge Yuge. So Eti chamsa kala punsam, all the manifestation, it could be the direct manifestation or the plenary portion or a portion of the plenary portion of the Supreme Lord. Yeah. So all these are Krishna's expansions, but Krishna's to Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in the beginning, here how it is done by Arjuna. In the beginning, Arjuna asked Krishna to show his universal form. He showed that. And then now Arjuna is asking Lord Krishna to show his Narayan form. And then ultimately come back to the Shyamasundar form. So Arjuna is giving us the hint here that actually all this form emanating from Krishna. Yes. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, my dear Arjuna, happily I have shown you by my internal potency this supreme universal form within the material world. No one before you has ever seen this primal form, unlimited and full of glaring effulgence. No one had seen this universal form of the Lord before Arjuna, But because of the form was shown to Arjun, other devotees in the heavenly planets and in other planets in outer space could also see it. This form was shown to Duryodhana also when Krishna went to Duryodhana to negotiate for peace. Unfortunately, Duryodhana did not accept the peace offer, but at that time, Krishna manifested some of his universal forms. But those forms are different from this one shown to Arjuna. It is clearly said that no one had ever seen this form before. Okay, this answered the question of who was asking last time that this form, I think it was Archit probably. Yeah, this form that Lord Krishna showed to Arjuna is actually special one. No one has ever seen it before. Yeah, although in few occasions Krishna was showing the universal form to Mother Yasoda, to Duryodhana, but that's like partial. Yeah, but this is full. Okay, we have 2 more minutes. Please allow me to finish this chapter. Somehow today, I'm very enthusiastic not to deviate into so many things apart from the discussion. O best of the Kuru warriors, no one before you has ever seen this universal form of mine, for neither by studying the Vedas, nor by performing sacrifices, nor by charity, nor by pious activities, nor by severe penances, can I be seen in this form in the material world. The divine vision in this connection should be clearly understood. Who can have divine vision? Divine means godly. Unless one attain the status of divinity as a demigod, he cannot have divine vision. And what is a demigod? It is stated in the Vedic scriptures that those who are devotees of Lord Vishnu are demigods. Vishnu Bhakta Smrito Daivaha. One cannot be divine without being a pure devotee of Krishna. The devotees, however, who are actually in the divine nature and who have divine vision are not very much interested in seeing the universal form of the Lord. As described in the previous verse, Arjuna desired to see the four-handed form of Lord Krishna as Vishnu, and he was actually afraid of the universal form. 49, you have been perturbed and bewildered by seeing this horrible feature of mine. Now let it be finished. My devotee, be free again from all disturbances. With a peaceful mind, you can now see the form you desire. Okay. The purpose of revelation of the universal form was shown. Now Arjuna wanted to see the four-armed form, and Krishna showed him. The devotee is not much interested in the universal form, for it does not enable one to reciprocate loving feelings. Either a devotee wants to offer respectful, worshipful feelings, or he wants to see the two-handed Krishna form so that he can reciprocate in loving service with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yeah. So in 2 purports, one after another, Srila Prabhupada making the same point. The devotees is not at all interested in seeing this universal form, because it is very difficult for us to reciprocate with the Lord. What rasa can we have with the Virat Rupa? Can you imagine? Very difficult, right? So you cannot make friendship with Virat Rupa. Yeah, if you want to offer something, you have to cook a lot for Virat Rupa. Yeah. So that's the whole purpose. Yeah. To set the criterion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Otherwise, the devotee is not interested to see this Virat Rupa. It's a horrible form. Yeah. Even Arjuna is being perturbed. Finally, Sanjaya said to Dhritarashtra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, having spoken thus to Arjuna, displayed his real forearm form, and at last showed his two-arm form, thus encouraging the fearful Arjuna. Krishna knew that Arjuna was not interested in seeing a four-handed form. But since Arjuna asked to see this four-handed form, Krishna also showed him this form again, and then showed himself in his two-handed form. When Arjuna thus saw Krishna in his original form, he said, "O Janardana, seeing this human-like form, so very beautiful, I am now composed in mind and I am restored to my original nature." Those who deride Krishna as if he were an ordinary person are shown here to be ignorant for his divine nature. If Krishna is like an ordinary human being, then how is it possible for him to show the universal form and again to show the four-handed Narayan form? A pure devotee is not confused by misguiding commentaries on Bhagavad Gita because he knows what is what. Yeah. Manusyam tanumasritam param bhavam ajananto. Yes, Krishna said, Manusyam tanumasritam. When I descend in the human form, yeah, param bhavam ajananto. Those who are full, they deride me because ajananta means they don't know. My param bhavam means higher nature, superior nature. Yeah, avajananti ma mudha. Mudha means fools. Avajananti ma mudha. Manusyam tanumasritam. It doesn't mean that when Krishna descends as human, he is human. For example, Prabhupada, on many occasions, explaining about Varaha. Yeah. When Krishna descends as Varaha there, it doesn't mean that he is a hog or he is a boar. But he remained the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yeah, just playing a role to suit his pastimes. Yes. Please tolerate me a few more minutes to complete this chapter. Sri Bhagavan Vacha Sudur Darsamidam Rupam Drishtavan Asiyan Mama Deva Apyasarupasya Nityam Darsana Kamshina. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Arjun, this form of mine you are seeing now is very difficult to behold. Even the demigods are ever seeking the opportunity to see this form, which is so dear." Okay, which form Lord Krishna is talking? The Shyama Sundar form. Yes, because most of the demigods, they are Lord Narayan's worshipper. They are Lord Vishnu's worshipper. Yeah. So the two-handed form is even very dear to Krishna. Still, beyond that universal form, the form of Krishna with two hands is still more difficult to see, even for demigods like Brahma and Shiva. They desire to see him, and we have evidence in the Srimad Bhagavatam that when he was supposed to be in the womb of his mother, Devaki, and all the demigods, all the demigods from heaven come to see the marvel of Krishna, and they offered nice prayers to the Lord, although he was not at that time visible to them. They waited to see him. A foolish person may deride him, thinking him an ordinary person, and may offer respect not to him, but to the impersonal something within him. But these are all nonsensical postures. Krishna, in his true form, is actually desired to be seen by demigods like Brahma and Shiva. The transcendentalists, by continuous Krishna consciousness and by devotional service to Krishna, can have his spiritual eyes open and can see Krishna by revelation. Such a revelation is not possible even for the demigods. Therefore, it is difficult even for the demigods to understand Krishna. And the advanced demigods are always in hope of seeing Krishna in his two-handed form. The conclusion is that although to see the universal form of Krishna is very, very difficult, not possible, and not possible for anyone and everyone, it is still more difficult to understand his personal form as Shyama Sundar. Okay. Naham Vedar Tapasan Nadanina Nachechya Sakya Evam Vidodrastum Tristavan Asmam Yatha. The form you are seeing with your transcendental eyes cannot be understood simply by studying the Vedas, nor by undergoing serious penances, nor by charity, nor by worship. It is not by this means that one can see me as I am. For scholars who have simply studied Vedic literature by way of grammatical knowledge or mere academic qualification, Krishna is not possible to understand, nor is he to be understood by persons who officially go to the temple to offer worship. They make their visit, but they cannot understand Krishna as he is. Krishna can be understood only through the path of devotional service, as explained by Krishna himself in the next verse. You see, I was wondering, like, not even by worship one can understand Krishna. What does it mean? What kind of worship here? Yeah, some people just go to the temple as, how to say this, just for a visit, for sightseeing. You know, most of the people come to Mayapur just for sightseeing. Yeah, really. For the Bengalis, those who are coming from the village, even for the people from Calcutta, let's say, ISKCON Mayapur is like a Disneyland for them. And they are seeing all these white monkeys, yeah, the foreigners. Yeah, they love to take pictures, to take selfies with the white skinned devotees. Yeah, because it's very rare for them. So ISKCON Mayapur is like a Disneyland. So that's all. So all these people who come to the temple just for sightseeing, they will not understand Krishna's position. Yeah. If you don't mind, I will tell you one pastime of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. I really appreciate that you're still awake by this time. One more verse, Prabhu and Mataji. We will end this chapter. So one time, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur here in Sridham Mayapur, he was giving a class in the morning. So there was one visitors. Yeah, he came, offered obeisances to the deities, you know, and then he went out. Just he reached the door and Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur shouted at him, "Do you think that you can understand Krishna? Unless you sit and hear, you will not understand about Krishna." So just simply sightseeing, you know, oh, look nice. Look at this, look at that. You cannot understand Krishna. Yeah. So you must worship him with devotion. You must hear with devotion, as Krishna will be explaining here. Yes. Bhaktya tu ananyaya sakya aham evam vidorjuna kyatum drastum cha tatvena pravestum cha param thapan. My dear Arjun, only by undivided devotional service can I be understood as I am, standing before you, and can thus be seen directly. Only in this way can you enter into my mysteries of my understanding. Okay, Krishna can be understood only by the process of undivided devotional service. He explicitly explains this in this verse so that unauthorized commentators who try to understand Bhagavad Gita by the speculative process will know that they are simply wasting their time. Last verse. Mat karma krin, mat paramo, mat bhakta sangvarjita, nirvaira sarvabhuteshu, yas samam eti pandava. My dear Arjuna, he who engages in my pure devotional service, free from the contamination of fruitive activities and mental speculation, he who works for me, who makes me the supreme goal of his life, and who is friendly to every living being, he certainly comes to me. Yeah. Anyone who wants to approach the supreme of all the personality of Godhead, of all the personalities of Godhead, on the Krishna Loka planet in the spiritual sky, and be intimately connected with the Supreme Personality Krishna, must take this formula as stated by the Supreme himself. Therefore, this verse is considered to be the essence of the Bhagavad Gita. Okay? Although this is not part of your memorization sloka, please memorize this. Last verse of the 11th chapter is very beautiful. Yeah, because Prabhupada mentioned here, this verse is considered to be the essence of Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita is meant to show how one can understand his spiritual existence and his eternal relationship with the Supreme Personality, Supreme Spiritual Personality, and to teach one how to go back home, back to Godhead. Okay? Interesting here, Srila Prabhupada mentioned, anyone who wants to approach the supreme of all the personalities of Godhead. Prabhupada is making the point here that Krishna is the supreme among all the personalities of Godhead, meaning that there are thousands of Vishnus, all these incarnations, unlimited incarnations. They are all the supreme personality of Godheads. Yes, but Krishna is the supreme personalities of all Godhead. Very rare we find Srila Prabhupada statement like this. Yeah. In summary, the universal form of Krishna, which is temporary manifestation, and the form of time, which devours everything, and even the form of Krishna, four-handed, have all been exhibited by Krishna. Thus, Krishna is the origin of all this manifestation. It is not that Krishna is manifestation of the original Vishwarupa or Vishnu. Krishna is the origin of all forms. There are hundreds and thousands of Vishnus, but for a devotee, no form of Krishna is important, but the original form, two-handed Shyamasundar. In the Brahma Samhita, it is stated that those who are attached to the Shyamasundar form of Krishna in love and devotion can see him always within the heart and cannot see anything else. One should understand, therefore, that the purport of this 11th chapter is that the form of Krishna is essential and supreme. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, thank you. What a sacrifice. Yes. Oh, this is less than 2 hours. Come on. Yeah. So, 11th chapter is quite big chapter, and somehow all of you made it tonight. I intentionally to do this because last session we skipped the class, and in the next session we will skip also the class because I'm traveling to Indonesia. So, and then we will continue to chapter 12, hopefully by Tuesday. I will be reaching Bali in Indonesia on Sunday evening. I hope I will get internet connection because I will be living in the village. Yeah, I'm tired of city. So I will update to all of you. And yes, so chapter 11. So just review it again. So Arjuna is requesting Krishna to show this universal form in order to set the criterion, to establish Krishna's position as the Supreme Lord and to prove his word in the 10th chapter. Yeah, when he said Aham Sarvasya Prabhu, anybody can say Aham Sarvasya Prabhu, right? But who we should believe? Yeah, we believe only one who can prove it. And Krishna is the person who can prove this statement, Aham Sarvasya Prabhu, everything comes from Krishna. Yeah, including the four-handed form of Narayan, including the Virat Rupa. Of course, Srila Prabhupada made the statement at the end that actually for devotee, only the Shyamasundar form of Lord is important. Other form is not so important. It doesn't mean like that. Yeah, other form means such as the Virat Rupa. Yeah, we do celebrate the appearance of all these avatars, Varaha, yeah, Ram. It's huge celebration, right? So all these pastimes that exhibited by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is all wonderful and we all unique. Every devotee has different bhava, emotion, and rasas toward the Lord. Yeah. For the Ram Bhaktas, they will be always Lord Rams in their hearts. So we respect that. For the Sri Sampradaya, Lord Vishnu is their main worshipable deity. So we respect them. Why not? Yeah. So like this. And for us, of course, Sri Shyamasundar. Yeah. As Srila Prabhupada mentioned, the verse from the Brahma Samhita, Premanjana Charita Bhakti Vilochanena. So if we have deep love for Krishna, we will see only Krishna everywhere. Yeah. Okay, so chapter 11 is completed with a conclusion that actually Mat Karma Krin Mat Paramo Mat Bhakta Sangha Varjitaha Nirvaira Sarvabhuteshu Yasamam Ek Pandavaha. Those who develop love for Krishna, being free from bad association, Mat Sangha, Mat Karma, and all their activities should be directed to Krishna. Yeah, so with unalloyed devotional service, Bhaktiyatu Ananyaya Sakya. Only in that way we can understand Krishna's position and come back to Krishna. That's the essence. Yeah. Even in the end of chapter 9, Srila Prabhupada mentioned that this verse is most essential. And here Srila Prabhupada mentioned this is the essence of Gita. What does it mean? Bhakti is the essence of Bhagavad Gita. And the next chapter will be Bhakti Yoga. Okay? Thank you so much. If you have any question, please ask in the next session. Yeah, I don't want to torture all of you more than this. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare